offsetting as a major, in fact, that the Mayor referred to us supporting land use change. It stopped here on New Year's Eve in 2008 for Waikato Harley properties when the cost of carbon was simply too, prohibitive to do. So my question is, an obvious potential solution for this in our district is to have the ability to reforest steep areas, because you talk about steep areas 25 degrees, that gives the additional benefit of sediment and phosphorus, and then potentially the continued change of land use on very flat and suitable land for dairy farming. The win-win here is that we keep the total woody vegetation in our district at a set level, but put it on the hills, and then we potentially could clear, some more, because as you know, many people have been doing that, you're trying to stop that. So my question is, where do those kinds of ideas gel through and come through? Because I think for our district, where we have a vested interest in forestry being very successful, because we need logs, a big mill up here, and we need milk because we have the biggest facilities for that as well in our district. So that kind of concept, can you comment on that and how we might go down that pathway if that's suitable?
I guess the situation you're describing is plans to be very efficient, and that is definitely where we want to be heading. Effectively, when the CSG were developing this kind of policy package, was enabled to do that. You kind of need everyone to have a consent, really, to know what's going on, to make sure that that really is happening. So if that's within one application to say, look, we want to forest these areas, and harvest this, and therefore this is what we think our change would be, that would go under the land use change law. And there is a policy that says if the contaminant load from the new land use is similar or less than, then generally that consent should be granted. So, whereas if it's an additional discharge of contaminants, then that should be defined. So, whilst the most efficient way is to actually just manage the contaminants, because we don't really have a good way of measuring E. coli, sediment, phosphorus, we have a way of measuring nitrogen, which is through the overseer model. Effectively, that land use change had to talk about activities, and so it comes down to a case-by-case basis. So for this 10 years, that type of great idea, that sort of innovative thinking, we would hope that would come through in the resource consent applications for land use change, and that would be assessed on a case-by-case basis, with the idea of heading towards that ability to be flexible. I guess it's almost like trading in the future. And that's, I guess, what we felt, that the CSG felt that they couldn't set up a system that would work right now because they just didn't know enough about what was going on and about what that would mean for the river. So that's the ideal kind of endpoint that we're aiming for. So it's a great idea. And it was just how to get the mechanisms in place. And perhaps by then, the country as a whole will find a little bit more about how to do that, because the whole country is trying to implement the NPS, and there might be some things in the Resource Management Act that could be changed that would make that easier to happen. But at the moment, for example, under Variation 5 in Taupo, to do that, everyone needed a consent.
So just might follow up. So that is, if that's the case, and I'm pleased to hear the answer, the question back here for our planners is, we are issuing consents from this council around, land use change for the water, speed off the paddock and all those kinds of things. It would be, if the vision potentially is to achieve what you just said was a good idea, we would need as a council to make sure that our ability to control the things that we have jurisdiction over, which is speed of water leaving the land, those other kinds of consents, is still in place, because then, in other words, it isn't completely subsumed by the regional rules, because if that sort of a vision materialised, we would still need that ability to do that. Is that a logical conclusion of that? Or?
I guess before this plan change and continue into the future, people undertaking activities often need consents from both types of councils, because they have different functions, and so if the particular functions that are important for you to you're still managing, then that's the right keep those as activities that are controlled up to a council and their functions, which are the regional councils. So.
One question around point source discharges. We've got some consents coming up that we're applying for very shortly. Is there a feeling that based on the stage approach of national plan change, consents will be issued to reflect those statements, or what do you think? Might be point of answer that if we take steps over a far period of long, we don't know what 30 years really looks like at this stage, but we might get a longer consent.
So I guess the only thing the plan change says about that is that policy about if the other policies are adhered to, consider a 25-year or longer consent period. And one of the things that's considered is both the short-term and the long-term water quality targets. So really it's a case-by-case, but the section was really clear. They wanted to acknowledge that infrastructure that had been put in place that was at a high level of treatment that should be acknowledged in the consent process.
And I guess it also falls back to what the RMA says around considering the sunk infrastructure costs as well. So it's a consideration.
Okay, well, I think we've had an excellent presentation. I am going to bring this to an end now. Thank you very much. Are there any final, I can catch any final questions, comments?
Is there any provision for helping people on the land, and that is everyone really, to understand and to help people to take actions that lead to better outcomes? So, say there are demonstration farms, there are various ways of disseminating the information. Are there any plans to do that part of that?
Yeah, so from a regional council point of view, we have our on-farms systems guys, and they're working closely with landowners as well as with the sectors. And the sectors are gearing up in terms of supporting their farmers, and there's a lot of conversations happening in that space. There's also there's a resource that was created in partnership between Waikato Regional Council and a number of the sectors in terms of, I'm just trying to think what it was called, the best menu of farming practices. And so there's some resources available for farmers now to say what are the options available here and now in terms of current technology, and what are the respective costs and the implementation of those to improve their contaminant discharges. So I think what we will see through the implementation of this is a lot more partnership conversations between the sectors, between the regional council, a lot more people getting upskilled, and a lot of conversations. So what our on-farm services guys are offering is that if a particular community wants to get together, whether it be 10 or 15 people, they're happy to come and sit down and talk to them specifically around the plan change, and that will be discussed at these information days in November as well, and also responding to a number of questions from across the communities, and can talk to them, and that's what they're offering back.
Alright, well, thank you very much. I will certainly bring it to its conclusion. You are invited to stay for lunch if you're able to, and I'm sure you'll get some more questions around the table then. Just thank you very much for that. Was a really in-depth presentation, and I really appreciate the information that has come out of it. Just one thing, talking to councillors around the table, would you like to workshop this? I mean, this is a really important going forward, especially for our district. And there is in this briefing paper that you had, there is a suggestion that the elected members do get our heads really strongly around the provisions of the plan change. Would you see any benefit in actually just us workshopping it? You would, all right. Happy. So I think it's really important to get our heads certainly around all the provisions and the change from the 10 years up to the 18 years. So I'll talk to staff about that and we'll sort that out. Patrick, you had something you wanted to say?
Just a small thing, Your Worship. My recommendation too suggest that we set up a steering group to help guide the council's submission on page 21.
Yes.
It's worked very well when we looked at the regional policy statement. And I suggested there that the steering group would include yourself, the group manager regulatory, Mrs. Robinson, group manager assets, Anderson, and another councillor. So I've got a little blank there to fill it in and brief the steering group would be good before we complete.
Thank you for that. I've got the recommendation is on page 26. So we will take the recommendations. Recommendation 1 is the receipt of the report. Recommendation 2 is I'd like to add the Chief Executive's name into that group as well. And I know there are a number of councillors around the table that, and I haven't had an opportunity to actually talk to any of you. I apologise for wanting your name in there. But is there a way that I want to just talk to people outside this? So,
I'll suggest the recommendation reads that one other councillor to be appointed.
and one other councillor to be appointed. All right, thank you.
Your worship, the decision doesn't have to be made today if you want to hold it over, or delegation is getting you to make a decision outside council. It's just really how we can work going forward.
All right. I think the idea of a subcommittee is a really good idea, and then it reports back to council. All right, I'd just like to then take recommendation 1 today, and we'll talk about recommendation 2 and how that pans out in the future. So can I have all in agreement with that? Can I then just have a somebody to move and second recommendation 1 that we receive the report? Councillor Bell and Councillor Shaw. All those in favour? Against? Carried. Thank you very much. We do adjourn for lunch now, and we will come back for the Community and Assets meeting at what time? 1:15, and come back at 1:15. We now have, please councillors, before you do take off for lunch, there is a photo opportunity that we need to have, please. Sina is going to organise us well and truly. Yeah, please. Thank you.